Guess what? The tea mug is back.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah and this is Franco Speaking with Glory. This is the girl with the tea. How you guys doing? Like, how have you guys been? I've missed you guys so much. I have missed you guys. So guys, as the title of this video says, I will be talking about things that President Muhammadu Buhari should have done to abate the Lekkitollgate massacre, or the looting and the burnings of properties, all the crazy things that actually happened in the space of 3 weeks in Nigeria, not just in Lagos. So guys, please watch till the end of this video because you definitely need to be a part of this discourse. As we do it on this channel, guys, I'm just going to talk to you guys about what I think, what I feel, and please go ahead and drop your own thoughts and contributions in the comment section below. Also guys, I just want to give credit to a very amazing group of people that I had this discourse with yesterday. So all the ideas and everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, they are not solely my ideas. This is a product of the conversation, the discourse I had with an amazing group of people yesterday, and I thought I should come over here on my channel and share with you guys because it was quite enlightening. I'm sure you guys will find this very interesting as well. By the way, guys, please pardon the echoes in this video. I spoiled my mic this morning. I don't know how I did it. Sorry. But guys, I'm gonna replace it and we're gonna have our amazing sound back. Okay, now let's get into the video. Let's cast our minds back to when the EndSARS protest started. Why did the Nigerian youth take to the street to protest against SARS? The Nigerian youth were tired of the oppression from SARS and from the Nigerian police. The Nigerian youth were tired of being killed unjustly, of being harassed, of being exploited. The Nigerian youths were tired of being, treated like animals in their own country. So that was why the Nigerian youths took to the street. Now, in the course of the protest, demands were created. These demands were created in order to let the government know why the protest was taking place, why the protest was happening. Yeah. Now, one way or the other, the demands found its way to the president. And when the demand got to the president, the Nigerian youth, they were expecting that the SARS, that's the Special Anti-Robbery Squad unit, they were expecting that the president would address the issue immediately and with all form of commitment and seriousness. The reason for that is because over time, over the years, we have gotten news of, SARS has been ended, SARS has been disbanded, SARS has been cut off from the police unit. Different English language that they've used to tell us that they've ended SARS. I mean, since 2015. But this is 2020 and SARS was never ended or disbanded. So the Nigerian youth were tired of being misled. Nigerian youth were tired of being deceived and being told that, this thing has happened, when realistically it has not happened. So that was why the protests continued. Now, another reason why the protest continued was because the IG of police, after announcing that he has disbanded SARS, 2 days later, he comes up to the media to announce that they have recreated another group, another police unit called SWAT, SWAT. So that really fueled the reason for the Nigerian youths to protest, because for us, it does not really make sense. I actually did a video addressing that. Please check that out on my channel. Now, for the Nigerian youth, it did not really make sense because we are talking about EndSARS, reform the Nigerian police, end police brutality. Now, all those matters had not been duly attended to or even given the necessary attention that they required. Rather, the IG of police was being hasty about creating another unit. So questions started arising like, that new unit, who are the people that are going to make up that new unit? That new unit, what is the criteria for joining that new unit? And then the IG of police released some criteria. Oh, you must not be an officer of SARS, you must not be a previous officer of SARS. I talked about all of this in my previous video, guys. Please check that out. Now, the Nigerian youths cannot be fooled anymore, because we already know how this thing works. The government comes and they tell us that, oh, this is what it is, this is what it is, but we know that there's always a way of twisting everything just to suit the government of this country. So that was another reason why the Nigerian youth did not back down. That was why the protest continued, because the Nigerian youth wanted to actually see physical change. Now the question is, where did the president go wrong? And that is the essence of this video. I will be sharing all of that shortly, so please watch to the end of this video. Now, people have asked me, Glory, do you think that the killings that happened in Lagos at the Lekkitollgate, the killing, the burnings, the looting, the XYZ thing that happened in the whole of Nigeria during the 3 weeks of the NSAS protest, do you think it would have been avoided? And I said yes, it would have been avoided. It would have been avoided if the president had done the following. One, if the president had given that immediate attention to what was going on, trust me, the matter would not have escalated to what we have today. Now, guys, in this instance, what I'm talking about is timing. The timing of the president giving attention to the entire issue, to the entire situation, was actually wrong. The president delayed, the government delayed. Guys, let's be realistic. The president, the government, everybody in the seat of power should have known that this day will come. There's an extent to which you keep on postponing and procrastinating, an action that should have been taken years ago. One day it's going to backfire. If the government had been telling Nigerians since 2015 that, oh, they've ended SARS, they've disbanded SARS, and SARS was still out there, perpetrating those acts of violence against the citizens of the country, what makes them think that one day that the people will not revolt? How? So they cannot surely claim that they do not know, or they have not predicted that one day the masses will revolt. When you've oppressed somebody so much, one day the person will bounce back. So when the president saw that these youths had protested for 3 days and they were not stopping, they were not backing down, that was the right time for the president to give that command for SARS to be completely disbanded. Creating SWAT, that was completely unnecessary. That was a completely wrong move on the part of the IG of police. It was completely unnecessary at that point in time. It just went to show that the IG of police was not really concerned about the grievances of the Nigerian youth. It just went to show, in fact, that single act alone of recreating SWAT, another police unit, it just went to show, it sent a wrong message, a wrong signal completely to the protesters. It just went to show that they were only concerned about recreating new units without even solving the existing problem. Now, what did the protesters want? They wanted the government to not just disband SARS, but to also compensate the families of victims. Because, guys, trust me, a lot of people have been killed, a lot of people have gone missing, a lot of people have been exploited, a lot of people have died from stray bullets, from SARS, and also even the Nigerian police. So that was what the protesters wanted. They just wanted the government to do right by them. But the government did not act accordingly. Now, the second thing that the president would have done was to show empathy. Now, guys, if you cast your mind back, you remember that in day 4, 5, 6 of the protest, that was when we started hearing news of thugs infiltrating the protest grounds and also stabbing protesters. We heard of the stray bullet killing a young boy who was just standing and just observing from a safe corner, which wasn't really safe at the end of the day for him. And that was the same period, flowing into the second week, where we started hearing of hoodlums, thugs, burning properties, vandalizing private properties and stuff like that. It had not really escalated up until the point it had gotten to later on in the second week. At that point in time, that was when the president should have really shown empathy. The president should have even shown empathy before it even got to that extent, yeah. But then once again, the president delayed. The president was having other meetings. Oh god, guys. So the president delayed. The president should have shown empathy by having a live broadcast. The reason why that live broadcast would have kind of settled the nerves of the Nigerian youth is because, guys, it will shock you, but I don't think since January of this year till this is October now, I don't think I have ever seen the president of Nigeria on a live national broadcast. No, most of the broadcasts are pre-recorded, edited, and played on national TV for everybody to watch. I don't think the president has even had a press conference. Guys, I can't even remember the last time the president had any of that. But regardless, as of 2 weeks ago or last week, 2 weeks ago would have been the perfect timing for the president to show empathy to the plight and the complaints of the protesters via a live broadcast. You see that live broadcast, it would have been the soothing balm to the nerves, to the anger of the protesters. But no, the president did not do that. And then it made me wonder that who is the advisor to the president in this period? Like, who is the person advising the president? Whoever was advising the president, trust me, the president was not just doing a great job at all. Because guys, aside the fact that all those things were happening and the president was quiet, the president wasn't saying anything, it added to the rage that people were feeling. Now, not just the Nigerian youth, but citizens of the country. It added to the anger. People were angry that where is the president when all these things were happening? Why is the president silent? And then there were rumors that government officials were paying thugs to infiltrate protest grounds and kill the protesters, vandalize properties so that the blame could be put on the peaceful protesters. Guys, when all those things were being said, even some of them were rumors anyways, because at the end of the day, some of the thugs were actually caught red-handed, and they confessed to having received 500 naira from government officials, to go and perpetrate those acts. So that was another point that the president should have actually showed his face on a live broadcast or even done a live press conference. But the president chose not to do any of that. Now, the third thing is the president should have given a message of goodwill. But no, what we got was a speech. Was a speech in a pre-recorded broadcast that reeked of threats. Subtle, silent threats. Guys, I don't want to even talk about that speech right now. If you missed out on that speech, check on my channel, guys. I streamed it live for you guys to see. Guys, when I listened to that speech, let me not lie to you, I had anxiety all over again. I had already witnessed live on Instagram the Lekkitollgate shootings and killings. I had anxiety that day. I told you guys how I had a mental breakdown. But listening to the president read out his speech and also noticing all those silent threats, guys, I was asking myself, oh my god, are we in a democratic system or are we in a dictatorial system? Because I don't understand. This was absolutely a wrong timing once again for the president to come up and give that kind of speech. And possibly there is someone who would have written that speech for the president. So the question is, what is in the mind of the person when the person was writing that speech? Because it did not really make sense. Now, inside that speech, there were two things at play. There were the threats, because we responded earlier, people thought that we were weak. Breaking of law and blah, blah, blah will not be tolerated. That part And then the other part of the speech that I felt was completely unnecessary was the part where the president took out time to list out all the funds, all the provisions that they've provided for the Nigerian youth. They actually spent time singing their praises. Oh, this government has done this government has done that. And when I was listening to the speech, I just told myself that this is actually a wrong timing. I'll give you guys an example. Let's say, for instance, now a girl goes out around, like, let's say 11 p.m. in the evening or at night. Oh, she says she wants to go and look for drugs. She's not feeling too well. And then in the course of her going out to go and look for drugs, she's apprehended on the streets and she's raped. Now, because of the kind of society we live in, people are going to first of all say, oh, why did you go out around 11 o'clock? Why did you go out in the middle of the night when you know that it is not safe out there for a woman? Yeah. Now, before people even look at the fact that, hey, this person has actually been raped, they would first of all quickly judge the fact that this person is, first of all, of the fragile gender, that's female, in their heads. And then they also judge the fact that, oh, as a woman, you shouldn't be outside by this time of the night. Now, that was exactly what the president did. A lot has happened. People have died. Lives have been lost. There was a killing. There was a shooting spree. There was a killing. Now, the president did not say anything about what happened. The president did not say anything about the lives that have been lost. Instead, in his speech, he was doing the reverse and also showing empathy to the lives of police officers that have been lost. It did not say anything whatsoever about the protesters. So it begs the question of who gave the order for the military to be at the toll gate, who gave the order for the military to shoot, who gave the order for the military to shoot and kill into a crowd of unarmed protesters that were actually on the ground, singing the national anthem and also waving their Nigerian flag. Who gave the order? So all of these things, guys, this is not a video for me to judge the president or anything. Now, the fourth thing that the president should have done was to have fished out the erring SARS officials and even police officers that are actually involved in the unlawful killings, exploitation, of the Nigerian youth. Of course, names had already materialized as at 2 weeks ago, or even in the first week of the protest. Now, there should have been prosecutions, of those officers. And all of these prosecutions, in fact, the proceedings and everything, the trying of these officers should have taken place immediately and aired on national TV, through whichever medium. Let the people just know that the government is acting. In other words, the fourth thing that the president should have done is act. But as I said once again, everything was just basically delayed. So these were the things that I feel like the president should have done. If the president had done all those things, then trust me, he would have been labeled a very, very proactive president. But not doing all of that, and then we had the killings. Even after the Lekkitollgate massacre, we also had lootings. Then we started seeing, we found COVID-19 palliatives, warehouse, all those crazy things. Everything just escalated. Everything just went from 0 to 100 in 1 week. So guys, if I were to advise the president, these were the points that I would have advised the president with. The president should have taken actions, accordingly with all of these points, but we did not really see any of those happen. That said, guys, this video is not to judge the president, but basically to say that if he had done this, then XYZ would not have happened. Guys, please go ahead and let me know your own thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have this conversation. Let's rub minds, and I will definitely respond to all of you. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video. In another video I will be doing, it will be a video about what the protesters should have done. Okay, have an amazing day. Bye.